Saint Laurent, Diarra featuring the People's Champ, MC Abdul, the official video. Let's get it. We ain't heard from Abdul in a little bit.
وظلت كل شجرة بشوف ذكريات ستي وجدي فكل ما تسألوني انتي مين رح أحكي لكم عن قوتهم.
A lot of niggas don't. I was having this discussion, being that I'm Nigerian, you know, there's so much culture that I feel like in America we don't have. And so, like, this pride of, like, a true pride. There's a difference between, like, just a true pride of you and where you're from and your family. It's not that people in America don't have it, because a lot of people do. Well, there's a lot of people with a lot of pride, but not everyone does, right? And it's just, and it's not a part of their culture. There's no one unified culture that we sort of all agree on in America. There's a few, but not really. We just, you know, we all exist in our own way.
تحت كل حجرة وظلت كل شجرة بشوف ذكريات ستي وجدي فكل ما تسألوني انتي مين رح أحكي لكم عن قوتهم.
Because that's what you are, don't forget. You got the power of all your people who came before you. You got that power. Don't forget that. That's what your last name is. That's why it's so much more important. That's why it's so much more important than your first.
صامدين.
تركنا المدينة الغربة الحزينة سلم لي عريحة وسلم عالديرة يا طير الطير الأرض الكريمة.
There's a I guess I'm just not familiar with these guys, and MC Abdul was the first artist I've ever heard, or the first artist I've heard who was just so courageous in that way, right? And I've learned a lot through my comments and even through some of the research I've tried to do, just because, like, it's not because I'm not here to be a proponent of one side or the other or of anything on here. I'm here to review music, but I understand that there is still a social responsibility that comes with tackling subject matter that regards people's lives. And so there is a certain level of ignorance that I'm gonna have not being from there, but there's also a certain level of ignorance that would be unacceptable. I totally understand that, right? When I just hear people talking about, like, man, having to exile from your home, you know what I mean? So we head to Jericho. So could you imagine if a person came, this is for my American audience right now, only you. Could you imagine if you were from Kansas and somebody came here with guns and said, you can't live in America, not just can't, America no more, you got, and they don't even give you a heads up. They start dropping, shit just goes down, right? So, and you have to move to Mexico. Could you understand how, like, that's just such a unbelievable, unfathomable concept here. But, like, some people actually went through that shit. Whether they believe one way or another, this is just based off of when wars and stuff happens like that. It's just about where you are, who's going to feel where you are going to feel the consequences of war regardless of ideology. When bullets and bombs and things like this start flying, it don't fucking matter whether you're Muslim, Buddhist, Christian, or them bullets hot. Them bombs explode, you feel me? So when you hear that, you got to try to, like, put yourself in that. And it makes the music is amazing because there's so much weight behind it. They're so real and there's so much passion. And it's just the stakes, you know? It's just the stakes.
الغربة الحزينة سلم لي عريحة وسلم عالديرة يا طير الطير الأرض الكريمة يخدوش اللي فينا سلم لي عريحة وسلم عالديرة يا طير الطير.
And I love that. Like, no matter what, you can't break my spirit. It's just so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me how strong we are as people. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers be soft here. I ain't gonna lie to you. But some of them, I don't even know I could say us, some of y'all amazing people, I don't know. We got a few, and it's just, it amazes me how amazing people are. It amazes me how strong and tough people are, and when you back people up against a corner, our resolve and how we're survivors. We are survivors, and we're gonna survive. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna survive. They popping wheelies, but they having a good time in this hole. Hold on. Boy, my boy Midge used to get crazy on it. Queso don't hop on nothing with 2 wheels. Boy, it needs 4 wheels and a safety belt before I hop in it. It got to be able to click. You heard me? We not doing that. But I love to come with y'all while you do it. I just watch. I ain't got no problem with just watching. I'm like Jake the Snake. Or like Puff.
بين النهر والجبال بلاقي انتمائي بين الشط والرمال بداية حياتي عليك يا وطن فرحة ومآسي عليك وطن الغالي فلسطين حبيبتنا.
Anytime my homeland's filled with so much pain and so much happiness and so much sorrow, because I think that's like in life, I feel like that would be the truest reflection of anything, right? Is for you to be able to still keep the yin and yang and like the balance of the trauma and most things that will bring you bad usually brought you good, right? And so there's going to be a happiness and a sadness connected to most things. If you even look at somebody who becomes like a drug addict, the first time they tried the drug, they liked how that felt. And so all the bad that would come is because they felt this one good one time, right? But it's like to look at things so realistic, and I think that's why when they have the war on drugs in America, where we failed earlier, especially with my generation, is they were just lying to us. They were telling us that doing these substances weren't going to be enjoyable at any time, right? And I'm not saying you should do the substances, but so when I tried it the first time, you were telling me if I smoked marijuana, I'd die and I'd go crazy and all these reefer madness, and then I smoked it and I didn't. Okay, now I'm a little more like, let me try this other stuff. And then I go, oh, no, that shit really will drive you crazy. So I think the best way to tell anybody anything is in truth. And let me tell you something. It's going to feel good. It will. But it will literally ruin your life, and it only feels good that one time for you, maybe. And then you're going to be chasing this one feel. It's not really going to be, and I think that would be a better deterrent, you know? And it, obviously this isn't a deterrent for Palestine, but they're just saying, like, I'm just saying, I like that he's able to look, he looks at his own home in that way, like, yo, everything that's happened, the war and all that shit, but there's still such beautiful, the memories of my grandfather are on the trees and the walls, and it's not just everybody, you know what I mean? It's a crazy perspective. I ain't gonna lie, I like Dira.
Hey, big dreams, heavy nights, praying that my family could stay alive. Imagine trying to fly with no wings, but I promise you the cage birds sing in the wintertime. Heavy nights.
Imagine trying to fly with no wings, but I promise you the cage bird sings in the wintertime.
dreams, heavy nights, praying that my family could stay alive. Imagine trying to fly with no wings, but I promise you the cage birds sing in the wintertime. Heavy nights, big dreams, praying that we make it to 16. And even though I travel the world, مش ملاقي زي فلسطين.
فات الوقت عمري راح
Bro, this nigga is the best child rapper I've ever heard in my entire life. That MC Abdul. Like, bro. The Cage Bird sings in the, bro, that was, oh my God. So poetic. It was Shakespearean. It was beautiful. Because he's saying that in that moment in the Cage Bird, it doesn't have to fly south. So it's in warmth. In the winter, he's finding the light in the dark. He's finding the good out of this. And he's saying, right, no matter, even though now he's no longer there, right, his music makes him a target. Don't get it messed up. He definitely is he definitely is putting his life in danger because there's people who believe in any when you start getting into like political things and stuff like this, there's going to be people who lean so far in either way that they are willing to cause you, and it's not just political things, actually it's hella shit, but they're willing to cause you physical harm about it. A lot of it. So you look at it, it's like he's willing to put himself in danger, and he made it out, but he hasn't forgot about his friends and family that might not have. And he never forgot like living to 16. So that is a great thing for him. That's something he's praying. He is praying that God allows him and his friends to see 16 years old. I'm 26 right now. That shit cold, man. That shit wicked. Like what this kid does with this, with his words and what he's able to make you feel and like I make you think and like take you down the shit and woo, it's cold.
Travel the world مش ملاقي زي فلسطين.
فات الوقت عمري راحوا سنين وما ناسي هذه عوامر الخطر مجروح.
How old is he? He's like 14, 15, 16? I think he might have said it.
راحوا سنين وما ناسي هذه عوامر الخطر مجروح.
They came through swagging. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. And they turned up in that turned up for the turn up. Man, I definitely want to hear more music by MC Abdul. If there's any songs I haven't reacted to by him, drop them in the comments. I wanted to check out Shouting at the Wall again. So if this video gets 200 thumbs up, we'll do it. We'll react to Shouting at the Wall for a second time. So the Certified Vibe Check. Here comes another reaction by me right here. Bing, music video by me right there. Pow, click on it. Show me some love. You never watched this video before? Are you? Subscribe to my channel. I forgot my outro. Subscribe and thumbs up. It'd mean a lot. I'm gone.